Alright, so today we are making almond butter. So it's going to be a little different than the recipe I've used for the cashew butter and the peanut butter, but it's going to be somewhat the same. So this is pretty much only going to be well, it's still going to be 3 ingredients, but 3 different ingredients. So we're going to start with a cup of almonds. They didn't have plain almonds, so I had to get the smoked almonds. And that's almost, that can is almost empty, so I'm pretty much just gonna put all of them in there. So this is about 1.5 cups of almonds. And to that, we are going to add some honey. Now, when we was going back and forth up and down the highway to visit my grandmother, we always stopped at this place called Boomland. If you drive down I-55 through Missouri, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And while I was there the last time, they had this pure honey, so it's really good. And then they also had the little honeycomb thing you see on the side of the Cheerios box. So I'm gonna take that. It fell apart. There you go. Got it back together. So I'm going to take that and just drizzle some honey over the nuts. If you're a big honey person and like this little thing, I think this thing was like less than $1. And they had a couple different sizes. Some stuff that Boomland has, you can order online. Not sure if there's an exact website, and that's not the purpose of this video. I'm not being paid by them, so I'm not gonna look it up and put it in the description. So now I got the honey in there. I'm gonna mix the honey into the nuts a little bit. And even though these nuts are already smoked, I'm going to put them in the oven for about 15-20 minutes to help release the oils in there. That's what I found out since I made the last video. So you heat the nuts to release the oils. So I'm going to try to make this a single layer as best as I can. Alright, and to the oven we go. Alright, so it's been 15 minutes, so now we're going to take those roasted nuts and we're going to dump them into the food processor. Now I'm still going to add my protein powder. Because I've never done this before with the almonds and I'm not using oil this time, I'm just not sure when I should add it. So I think I'm going to add it when I think it's at the consistency that I like. So I got the nuts in there and we're just going to let it go for a few minutes. I think I just broke my food processor. Alright, I'm not sure what happened there, so but I got it going again, so I'm going to let it go for about 5 minutes. So just like with the other recipes, you do want to go in there periodically and clean the sides down. That way it all gets processed together. Crank it back up. Turn the sides down again. If you can, get the stuff off the bottom as well so that it is included in your end product. Alright. Just going to crank it back up. time, we're gonna clean the sides down. And it looks like the oils are starting to release. Oh, got a little bit on the table. In the video, they did this like 6 or 7 times. So at this point, I'm just gonna let it go, and I will show you guys the end product. All right, y'all. So it's been going for a minute, and as you can see, it's like a paste consistency now. This is without oil, any oil at all. So at this point, I'm gonna put the lid back on and let it go for a few more minutes and see if I can get it to be more creamier, if that's a word. And again, this is just the nuts with the honey on it. This is no oil in it, and I still haven't put the protein powder in it yet. So let's take it for another spin. All right, so it's been going for a while now, and look at that. It's a nice, creamy almond butter with no oil. So it actually worked like the ladies on YouTube said it would. So that's the almond butter. Now, this is the point that I'm going to go ahead and put the protein powder in. It's warm. And it's more than likely warm because as you're blending it, the nuts have a tendency to heat up, is what I'm told. That's very good. And again, I am using 1 heaping scoop of protein powder. Alright, so we're going to put the lid back on and let this go for about another minute. And then we're done. So once the protein powder mixed in, it did kind of dry out a little bit. So at this point, I am going to go ahead and start it back up for about another minute or so. And I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there, just to thin it back out so it's more spreadable, so you can spread it a little easier. So let's put the lid on. Then we grab the olive oil. Alright, so let's take a look. And there you have it. Alright, so I'm going to put this in a little Tupperware container. And again, store it in the refrigerator so it lasts longer. I eat it on toast. I haven't tried the almond butter. Actually, now that I've made my own almond butter, this will be the first time I've ever eaten almond butter. So we'll see how I like it. And I will post comments and reviews on how I like the recipe. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Also, email me at efit1981efit@gmail.com. Again, efit1981efit@gmail.com. You can also hit me up on Facebook at efit, Instagram, and Twitter, all at efit1981. Again, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter under efit1981. And believe it or not, I do have a Snapchat. I should have been snapping this. That's also efit1981. At some point, when I do these recipes, I'll start putting them on my Snapchat so that I can get some followers on there. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and you'll hear from me soon.